One of the danger spots in any college football season. Ranked team against unranked opponent. And we'll see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome to the Palouse, Pullman, Washington, Martin Stadium, home to the Washington State Cougars. As we see a squad from the Big 12, the Houston Cougars, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Washington State Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Cougars will get this season underway as toe meets leather. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Washington State's offense will have the first possession of the game. But Jesse, it's always fun to see a guy who's been challenged, see if he can answer the bell and get things done.
Well, we talked to him this week, and he knows that people are out there questioning him. And I think that leaves a big chip on his shoulder, David. He wants to prove to the entire college football world he's got what it takes to win this football game. It's a big test for him.
And here's the thing, proving it is one thing, Jesse, but it's not about you. And this is a team game. Obviously, the quarterback position is so dependent on others' success, but play within yourself, make those plays, don't make the big mistakes.
And the Cougars can really attack on this second and short. The give on the inside. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30.
It's not a flashy play call, but that is exactly what it was designed to do. Get 2 yards, get the first down.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Hilton. Quarterback floating away from pressure. That's caught. It's Westbrook. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
Washington State going back to work on first down. He'll do it himself. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Guys, let's take a minute and talk a little Washington State. At some point, with all of the transfer portal talk and guys going in and out, you can score one for continuity with this ball club, can't you, David?
That means your system and your culture is working. Because these guys so often are just going for the next opportunity, the next bag of money. Nice job. They kept their guys that they recruited, that they love.
Yeah, it sounds so cliche, but these players really have bought in to this coaching staff and the message and what they're preaching. They all believe they could do something very special this season.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Makes the catch. It's Woods. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down.
That's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Now on the move at the 28-yard line on 1st down. The inside handoff. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
8th play on this opening drive coming up, and they need a 3rd down conversion. Give to the back. Oh, he's got some space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Cougars kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. On the run, it's Woods. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Wazzu! They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that.
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So it's an 80-yard drive, and the scoring play came on the 12-yard run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Houston's offense has its first opportunity of the day. And guys, defenses have been trying to figure out for years how to keep this guy from getting open, and they just can't seem to solve the riddle.
No, this guy has experience. He's been in the big moments, and it's so nice to have a guy that's been in your system, in your scheme. He knows the in and outs. You can move him all over the field. You can't place a premium high enough on a guy that knows the system inside and out.
You're right, and tell you, it was a great day for this offense when he decided to come back for his senior year, too. There were a lot of people that thought he might declare for the NFL. They weren't sure if they were going to lose him to the portal or not. He decided to come back. He believes this offense can do something special, and if they're going to do that, then he's obviously going to have a big year.
They're working that left side. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
Looking down the middle. Makes a connection. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. The Cougars in the hurry-up. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer. But you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Caught behind the line. It's Watkins. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of points.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush the passer, because they can set the edge. They can get off the ball, and they're just way too fast for tight ends or for offensive tackles to get out and block them.
Houston will be forced to punt. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Here comes the Wazzu offense onto the field again. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. This drive will open from the 15. Takes the handoff. It's Woods. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And I like the defense being aggressive. They heated up that RPO. He didn't even give him time to read it. I'm getting in the backfield right now, making a play, being aggressive, bringing the fight to the offense.
Wants to throw. It's Hilton. Unloads to the right. Pulls it in. The junior making a clutch play and turning in a big catch. That's the end of the quarter, and Washington State has the lead. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Send the tight end in motion. Here comes the option. They'll leave it with him. There he goes. Past the sticks, and he may get more. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And this defense has to be so disciplined. Like, you just got to understand, I can't all go for the quarterback. And too much attention on the quarterback. We didn't play the pitch really well. That's why this offense is really hard to stop.
They'll try the right side. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Cougars with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Pulls and throws off the RPO. He makes the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a first down.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys on the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the first down.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
And that was a play where maybe the big target was open quicker or sooner than the quarterback had anticipated, but it's still no excuse to throw the ball off your back leg. You got to chop up your steps, you got to get a good base, and you got to step into the throw.
Bring in the heat. Tight end finds a soft spot. A 6-yard pickup that leaves them with 3rd and 4.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? 2nd down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this 3rd down manageable. Really nice job of executing there.
Back to pass, it's Hilton. He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown, Cougars. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
And this offense is firing on all cylinders right now. Starting the year, game one, creating a little bit of a pad and separation at the end of this first half. But you can see why so many people are really excited about this offense this season.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. North Carolina ran roughshod over the competition today en route to a double-digit victory. And they looked clean doing it. And I don't just mean in those Carolina blue unis. This team is a buttoned-up group. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. And I think that you saw that led to a little...
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. Houston sends the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking for a man. It's Hilton. Somehow got the screen into that traffic. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Listen, if I'm a QB, 2nd down, I want to check the ball down and get a manageable 3rd down. But when this defense is flying around like this, so fast closing out, he got to that running back, got him on the ground so fast, the running back had nowhere to go.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. On the move. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Washington State will have to boot it away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. He makes a fair catch just outside his own 10 at the 11-yard line. The Houston offense comes onto the field. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And it's such a good opportunity to cut it to a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half. Because obviously, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Cougars are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. Caught near the sticks, it's Thurman. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Houston coming to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Got his man on the right. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. The Cougars with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Oh, they're after him. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. Houston will be forced to punt. Makes the catch at the 30. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. Here comes the Wazzu offense onto the field again. There's enough time left in the half here, David, to make something happen.
Dang right. I want to be aggressive. I'm not backed up in my own end. I can stay aggressive here. Try to get a field goal, Palmer. Try to get in range to get some kind of points before half.
Yeah, two biggest things are you got to protect the quarterback, and the QB cannot throw a pick here in this situation. If you do those two things, you got an opportunity here to steal some points.
Looking to throw, it's Hilton. Fires complete on the crosser. They get him down at the 36. It will be a first down. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Looking downfield very late in the half. That's reeled in. It's Westbrook. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. And as the clock is winding down here in the first half, they'll send out the field goal team. And this one splits the uprights. And now the lead is even bigger. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, fellas. Looks like you've had a very enjoyable day there today in Pullman. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas on the Palouse at Martin Stadium.
And the Cougars will kick it away to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Houston offense ready to go back to work. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on fourth downs because obviously I've built a deficit.
Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
I personally love aggressive defense. I love it. Bringing the strong safety down, blitzing that sucker in there to get the quarterback. Boom. Get that guy on the ground. Nice aggressive play call by the defense.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
And this defense is just simply not playing around. They've got a big lead, and they're not playing big prevent coverages, bend, don't break. They're just going to let this offense dink and dunk the ball down the field and waste time. Third play of the drive, they get a sack. They're staying aggressive, and they're getting after this quarterback.
Can't make the catch on third down, and the rarest of drops for this guy. Houston sends the punt team onto the field. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. On the direct snap, it's Woods. Wildcat look didn't get much. Picked up a few on that one. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Off play action. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
They couldn't connect on second down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. Looking to throw, it's Hilton. Finds the tight end. Lowers those pads. Across the 40, out of bounds at the 41, and a big pickup has this offense on the move. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Throws for the tight end. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Yeah, and you just wonder if the defense now has taken out some frustration. Obviously, they've been getting lit up all over the place. And that time, they finally gave it back to the offense there. Really nice, big, clean hit. This defense needs a little bit more of that as the game goes on.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
The Cougars are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. What a tackle in the backfield. He'll lose 6 on the play.
Well, on that 3rd down, the offense going RPO, trying to use the run action to suck those linebackers up and give the quarterback a place to go with the football, but they couldn't protect him. Nice job by the defense.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
Well, great defense on that one. They were ready for pass, and they forced the incompletion. They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
Starts a drive trying to go up top. He's going to lose a yard on that one. The Cougars have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to fire. Going downfield for the big play. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Throws to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Watkins. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston, hello!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Wazzu offense onto the field again. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
When you hear about it all the time in football, go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes it puts you in a hole. And, Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that 1st down. You could see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Got some of the work done on 1st. Now let's see what they have on 2nd down. Back to pass. It's Hilton. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
And you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. And you don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong. But sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. Wide receiver comes in motion. Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
We got a close game here in the 3rd quarter, and you're seeing momentum shift right now for the defense. The last drive out, they gave up a touchdown. This drive, though, they've now forced a 3 and out. They've done an outstanding job, and you can see them now playing with more confidence.
Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Pulls it in. It's Westbrook. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. No hesitation, no trying to baby the ball in there. He just fired it complete.
4th down, no problem. I'm just going to rip this to my wide receiver. He believed in himself. He knew he could get it, and they get the 4th down conversion.
Moving out of the pocket. He's going to take off. Gets it up to the 35-yard line before going out of bounds.
Nice job by the defense. You got to dial into your keys. You got to make sure you're reading those guys up front. They did a good job. They saw it. They pulled the trigger. They knew the quarterback had it. They weren't fooled. Strung it out. Did a nice job of limiting the damage with that QB run.
Dropping back, it's Hilton. Finds his tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the 1st? They flexed out that tight end a little bit, and you know the tight end's always open.
Always open. Quarterback's best friend. And this guy's a problem, Reese. He's a matchup problem because he's too big for DBs to cover, and he's too fast for linebackers to cover. He's showing you his athleticism there.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Fires to the big fella. He goes out of bounds, and that'll take us to the start of the 4th quarter. No question they wanted to get the ball to their playmakers, and both receivers have come up big through 3. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Looking to throw on 1st down. Working that left side now. Stopped just across the 50 at the 49-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 and a 1st down.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
To the air, it's Hilton. Forced out of the pocket. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
Wants to fire on second down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Touchdown, Cougar! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Yeah, and the offense putting up more points, and guess who's jacked up? This home crowd starting the season off with offensive fireworks and looking to go 1-0. They are loving their squad.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Fielded in the end zone, and the ball pops out. Oh, inviting disaster. Touchdown, Washington State. And the beatdown has ensued.
You know, the one thing that really worries head coaches coming into week 1 is ball security. You're worried about execution. This offense has done some good things early in this game, but you cannot put the ball on the ground because the defense will make you pay like they did right there, taking it all the way to the house.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Fresno State has the lead right now, but this Bulldog Stadium crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. They're up by 7 over Stanford. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
This has been a frustrating day. I mean, they haven't moved the ball consistently, and now you get a play, but they haven't put 2 and 3 and 4 plays together, and that's why they're trailing in this football game. So maybe they can find some kind of a rhythm here late in the game and get something cooking.
And the Cougars in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Back to pass. Catch in the middle. It's Thurman. Just keeps moving. He's loose. He's at the 10. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Houston.
Man, tight ends do so much for your offense. They block like crazy. You pull them, you use them all over the place. And when you got a guy that can do this, it's just the cherry on top of the sundae, making big plays, going half the field plus to get the big touchdown.
The deficit is huge. This one is all but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
The Cougars, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. To the air, it's Hilton. Fires to the tight end. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Well, this tight end is so athletic that at times they'll line him up in different parts of the field. That time he was in the slot. Nice job running the route, finding the open space in the defense for the completion.
Calls his own number. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
And sometimes as a quarterback, you just need to take the game over yourself. You need points to win, and it's going to come down to you throwing it or maybe running it like you just saw there to get that done.
On 1st and goal, let's see if Washington State can get it in. They'll go to the air. Touchdown, Washington State! And the pummeling has started.
Nice job on the route and catch by the tight end scoring that touchdown. And it doesn't matter what play this offense calls. All game long, everything has been working. This has been a masterclass in offensive productivity.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back looking for help. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Houston offense once again. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we'd have just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You've got to take...
Open field on the right. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. You look to be backed up, and then suddenly you're not. Big play has them across the 50, and they'll have it 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Watkins. They make the stop at the 37, but not before. 10 yards and the 1st down. Houston coming to the line with a new set of downs. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Snap's going to come from the 23 on 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. Looking downfield on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
The Cougars come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Complete to the right. Into the end zone for a touchdown to ratchet up the pressure late in this game.
Yeah, and this offense needs a spark, man. Down big. Listen, it's game 1. It's not the end of the world, but we got a deficit. Got to put some drives together. Nice drive here. Now the defense needs to do their part because they got to put this thing in turbo.
At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick. Here comes the Wazzu offense onto the field again. Boy, they have delighted these home fans here by putting this game in a hammerlock, David.
Yeah, this crowd's been jacked up. They've been excited. Now they get to breathe a little bit, Palmer. Nice lead. This offense needs to go out and protect it.
Yeah, they've been the more physical team all game long. So let's just run the ball. Let's just ice this football game, take the W into the locker room. Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
Well, the drag route's put in this playbook to fight against man-to-man coverage. So there you see the receiver using his speed, working his way across the field. He gets separation on the DB, trying to trail him, makes the catch, turns it.
Touchdown, Wazzu! And the stomping has commenced.
It's another good decision by the quarterback. You've got to be impressed here. On that one, he finds his tight end. But all game long, whether it's receivers or running backs or tight ends, wherever the best one-on-one matchup has been, he's been able to take advantage of it, and that's why they've been able to score so many points.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? And the returner is stopped. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Wants to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Bernard. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. And the Cougars can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited. The Cougars line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. It's complete to the left. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. He wants a big play here late. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. They dialed up the perfect call, splendid execution. Now they've got it threatening 1st and 10 from the 27. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the grab. And he's brought down after a nice gain. With the clock running, this should be the final play. Likely a lost cause, but they'll throw it again. Zings it complete to the right. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. The old coaching cliche, go win or no every week, and for the first week, they get it done.
Great start to the season. That's what you want. You want to come out, find a way to win. Was it perfect? Absolutely not. You're going to find things to work on throughout the season, but 1-0, that's where you wanted to be.
And I think if you're the coaching staff of this winning team, you've got to like what you've just seen. First game of the year, there was tremendous effort on the field. Guys flying around, flying to the football, trying to make the plays necessary to win this game. He definitely